Nice. My name is Alex Vitzer. I'm the Director of IT Infrastructure and Security here at Carthage College, responsible for IT security as well as the internet and servers and other things. So what we'll be covering today is helping you get into your one login account, which is our single sign-on account that allows you to access your Workday, your learning management system, your Google email, and most other IT services here at Carthage. Before we get into that one login though, I'll just cover making sure we're going to be using your mobile device today, in particular your student using a mobile device to set up multi-factor authentication and be trying to log in. When we talk about multi-factor authentication, we want to make sure that the student is setting it up and not a parent or guardian. Because imagine if your student is trying to log into a class and then they're waiting for mom to send a text message with their login code. That'd be problematic. So these instructions are going to be for the student. Before we get started, I think it'd be helpful if you get on the Wi-Fi. If you haven't already, we have a Wi-Fi here called Carthage Guest, which is simple to log into. So when I cover these instructions upcoming about typing in your password and stuff, it'll be much easier if you're already on the Wi-Fi. All you have to do is on your Wi-Fi settings of your mobile device, tap Carthage Guest. It should connect you automatically. The reason why I want you to get on Wi-Fi is because we have this very nice link that is right next to us. Beautiful, every day has a different personality, but sometimes if you're using just your cellular connection on campus and you're right next to the lake, your cell phone may say it's in Eastern Standard Time and be an hour ahead, which is strange, right? But I guess sometimes cellular signals from across the lake in Michigan can bounce off the ionosphere and bounce off the lake and make it to your cell phone. So we have a nice Wi-Fi network here, and we recommend that you use it to make all of your IT pursuits easier. Okay. Next point, before we get into trying to log in, I'd like to encourage you to consider your multi-factor method that you want to use when you're going to be logging into one login. Options include One Login Protect, which is what we recommend that you use. It's a app you can install on your smartphone. It allows our IT staff to easily help you if you run into any trouble with multi-factor. Other options include using text message, One Login SMS, or alternate email. So if you're trying to log in, it can send you an email with your code, or the Google Authenticator, for example. I use an app called Authy where I have a lot of my multi-factors in, so you can also use that. But since we recommend One Login Protect, before we get into the instructions of how to try your username and your password and enroll it, it's helpful to first download the app, if that's the app that you're going to use for your multi-factor protection. Okay, so what you would do is you would go to your either Apple, your App Store, or the Google Play Store on your devices. It's a fine thing to do right now. Totally, fine to be working through this, trying it out. You would search in your, for example, App Store, One Login Protect. One login is one word, protect is the second word. And you'll see that there are two programs you can pick from. One is called One Login Protect, and one is called One Login Portal. You can do Portal later, in my opinion. Portal is a convenience app. That one has all of the applications that you would get in your One Login website, but it's in a convenience app on your phone. Like I said, convenience. It's not the multi-factor program I'm talking about. That one is called One Login Protect. It has a number 1 inside of what looks like a fingerprint. Okay. So you would tap that One Login Protect to download it. Questions so far? It's completely fine for you to raise your hand, ask any questions. I'm going too fast. Hey, Alex, slow down. Back up here. Let's practice trying to log into One Login. It's really important that you be able to successfully log into One Login today, because as you get ready for your upcoming semester and studies, you're going to need to check your Carthage email. You're going to need to fill out interest form, things like that. So let's start our journey first. I believe that in your folder you have a white piece of paper. Yes, Alex, all the papers are white. I know that. But on this white piece of paper, you'll have your Carthage email address. in your temporary Carthage password. Okay, so that'll be a great time to look through your folder and take that out. Cool. Now, some of you may have already changed that temporary password, and that's fine, but we'll also need to kind of go back in our memory and think about what it may have been. For example, when you first became a deposited student, you may have wanted to sign up for housing, right? So you may have been encouraged by your admissions advisor, quickly, right, quick, get in line for housing, quick, change your password so you can get in there. That password will then be different from what's written on this page, because you or one of your family members may have helped you change it. Okay. The temporary password on this sheet usually follows the convention of lowercase first initial of your first name, lowercase first initial of your last name, your student ID number, and then Carthage with a capital C. Okay. So, let's try logging in. What you'll do, please, in your web browser, please go to the website www.carthage.edu. Once you're there, you get a website that kind of looks like this one. I don't think we have the umbrella picture up there anymore. But the important thing here is there's a gear icon in the top right corner. Right? You'll tap that, and then you'll see some quick links that drop down. With one click is one login. It's the easiest way to get to our one login website. Carthage.edu, tap here, tap one login. You'll then get to a page that looks like this on the left, where it's asking for your username. Your username is everything to the left of the @carthage.edu portion of your email address. My email address is avincer@carthage.edu, so my username is avincer. That's it. Okay? You may have a relatively common last name. For example, you may find a number at the end of your username. For example, if your username is J Johnson, you may see like J Johnson 23. That means that we may have had 22 J Johnsons come through here before you. That's okay. Definitely include that number. Okay. Once you click continue, after you type in your username, that's where you can try typing in your password. Okay. If you've been in one login recently, go ahead and type in that password that you remember. Otherwise, try that temporary password that is on your white piece of paper. Remember, those first initials are lowercase. The only capital letter is a capital C and the word Carthage. Okay. You try that one out. A temporary password is a temporary password. Maybe you changed it and forgot. That's okay. Try a password that you maybe use for other things. That one doesn't work. Myself and my coworker Chris would be happy to help you reset your password or help you with your multi-factor things. At the break that you're just talking about, after I've done my little spiel, go out these back doors here and turn right up the little ramp there. Myself and my coworker Chris will be sitting at a table. We'll be happy to help you with your password or MFA questions. Okay? If you can't log in, we'll be happy to get you in today. Once you successfully type in your password, you get a screen in the middle here that says Carthage uses one login. It's time to begin setup for multi-factor. Cool. This is where you have the options here on the right. Right? If you downloaded One Login Protect, that is time for you to tap that One Login Protect icon, and you would then get to a page that says download the app. And you say, aha, I already did that. And then the button on the bottom says activate, I believe. You would tap that and say, you want to open this link in Protect? And you would say, I do. Once you hit open, it will register the multi-factor app with your account. And it'll say register. And you swipe back to your web browser, and you should be logged into One Login, where you then be able to access your Google Workspace email, Workday, Schoology or Brightspace, LMS, stuff like that. Questions so far on that? Remember, you're trying to log in it's not working, please see me and Chris at the table here at the break periods. We definitely want to get you in today. Cool. Some other things, IT-wise, that people often ask about coming to Carthage College. If you need any IT assistance, it's easy. Email help@carthage.edu. That enters a ticket into our IT ticketing system where me and the rest of my team have the ability to help you with your request, whoever is available first. Okay, you can also call us at 262-551-5950. You can also visit us at Hedberg Library. We have an information desk there, staffed by student workers who can help with your password reset requests and a lot of IT things that you need. People often ask me, what kind of laptop should my student bring to college? What kind of computer should they have? It's a good question, especially with RAM data centers happening right now and prices of laptops going up or down based on how they're built. The first thing we want to recommend for computers is no Chromebooks. Okay, kind of a bummer, because some of you may have gotten a Chromebook from your high school or something, but Chromebooks, while affordable and lightweight, oftentimes they are not full-fledged operating systems. And your courses may require you to install a program or two that cannot be installed on a program. It's basically a web developer on a computer. Okay. So,
No le tomamos. Pero no se ve, mira. No se va a ver.
I'd say, well, it depends on what your preference is, what you're comfortable with, maybe even what your program of study is. For example, if you've been using Windows your entire life, now is probably not the right time to get there. You want to be using what's comfortable for you. If you're, for example, a business major, right? The business world oftentimes uses Windows, so you may want to get comfortable with that. Sometimes the arts disciplines, like art or music, tend to use Mac. It's just designers, graphic design, tend to use Apple and Mac. So you may want to get used to that. There are some pretty affordable computers out there these days, especially if you do interesting Mac or Neo, right? I understand that Dell is coming out with a competitor that's also $600. The only thing that I would recommend, it's a little nerdy, forgive me, but people ask, those aren't the only computers out there. I would recommend at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, personally, because in 2026, all the programs you use in your web browser, it's very easy to fill up 8 gigabytes back in memory, and then your computer gets slow and things stop working. So I recommend 16 gigabytes. You want to make sure you get a computer that will last for your entire college go, because it would be a bummer if you bought a budget computer and then got slow, like in year 2, year 3, and you're like, oh gosh, I'm going to buy another computer. You could have just bought one instead of the price of 2, I think. I recommend laptops instead of desktops. You may have a desktop at home you wanted to bring to college, but laptops allow you to study where it's convenient and to be able to take notes in class on keyboard. Definitely recommend that. From a processor standpoint, I recommend at least an i7 quad-core processor. Again, nerdy. But you want to be able to make sure that you have a laptop that'll be able to handle all the things you need to do. If you're enrolling in the engineering program, there's an engineering laptop program. If you go to our Carthage College website and you hit the magnifying glass up in the top right corner and you type in engineering laptop, you get to the website that has all the information about that. What you do is you pay annually, like once a year, you pay a fee to use that laptop, and then you pick up a laptop from the Hedberg Library that's beefy, I suppose. It's got a really nice dedicated graphics processing unit, it's got a lot of memory, it's got a great processor, and it's guaranteed to work with all of the engineering software, AutoCAD, GIS, those kind of things. And it'll be preloaded with that software that you need. Yes? Unfortunately, that program is only for the engineering students. But if in need, you can rent laptops from the library. For example, if you have a personal laptop and it's broken, working, getting it fixed, shoot, I have stuff I need to finish, you can borrow laptops from the library. But that engineering program is specific, it's only for engineering department. And the whole thing is, after you pay, I think it's 4 years of that, those laptop deposits, you get to keep the laptop. Good question. It's a lot about computers. Yes?
Virus protection.
Antivirus protection.
Yes.
Always a good idea, right? I think it depends on the kind of computer that you have. These days, right, Windows comes with, I believe, Windows Defender, which is basic. I recommend in 2026, I don't think you need to pay for any additional antivirus software. There are capable options out there that are free. I would for home, for stupid computing needs. Lots of different vendors. I wouldn't pay for one if you wanted extra antivirus protection. For example, Sophos Home is one that you may find online. It's free. It gives you additional antivirus protection if you wanted to. That's just an example. Making recommendation.
Dedo de Rudy. El dedo de Rudy.
Home. Okay, that's one for example.
Los miré como que tenía un purita.
Right? That's one example of a free antivirus program that you can install. They'll of course want to try and get you to upsell. They'll say, hey, for $19.99 a month, you'll also get a VPN. You'll also get a post office box. I don't know. You don't have to pay for additional antivirus electronics. In my opinion. Okay. You're going to be living in a residence hall. We're actually upgrading the Wi-Fi in the residence halls this summer, which is very exciting. We're going to be giving them the same upgraded Wi-Fi technology as we're enjoying here in the academic buildings, Juniper Mist access points. So please don't bring your own Wi-Fi routers from home. Right? You're going to be using that gaming router, it's really fast, really want to share the test. It will be interfering with the Wi-Fi of everybody else around you, and will identify you as a rogue access point. And will contact you and say, hey, please turn it off and send it home. Okay. Those are some technology things that I think would be helpful if you're in the Hamburg Library. Does anybody have any other questions about IT or technology here? All questions, any questions? Cool. Remember, I and Chris are going to be at that table. If you go out these back doors and turn right. If you have any login troubles, we'll be happy to help you with your password, happy to help you with your multi-factor setup, happy to answer any questions that you have. That's it. Make sure that you get into one login today, and I believe what we'll be doing next here is your interest form, and welcome to Carthage College. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. All right, so like Alex said, if you need any technical assistance, they're going to be back at where you checked in. They've got their team of people to help you with that. But next we're going to take a break here. However, during that break, we really want you to complete your interest form. So you can scan that QR code, go in there, fill it out. Bella's here still if you have questions about the things on the interest form or what you should be checking, just probably talk to her. Or raise your hand, she'll try to get around and help you out. And then we'll get started at 10:30, so feel free to move around the cabin. But like Bella said, if you don't fill out that interest form today, we can't help you fill out your schedule, and they gotta come and chase you down, so please take care of that today.
¿Qué fue?